Hey guys, we just finished up our January portion, I guess that's how you would say that, of our 2024 Marriage Book Reading Challenge. So we have committed as a couple to read one marriage book every month and then give you guys some updates along the way. We've shared on social media just some quotes and different things, but also we promised a book review. And so a lot of you started reading along with us. That wasn't really our intention, but that was super fun.
Yep.
And so many of you reached out on social media and told us that you were reading. And so hopefully you'll pick up the next book that we're reading. But for January, we read the book called 10 Ways to a Stronger Marriage by Trey. Oh, I covered up my face. I don't know. Let's just do this. It's by Trey and Lea Morgan. And hey, listen, I'm telling you, special treat this week. We have Trey and Lea Morgan on our podcast. So make sure you listen to that this week because they're going to talk about their book and just talk about their ministry and stuff, but really specifically about the book. So we wanted to tell you guys, first of all, there's not really anything negative that I can say about the book. I really, really enjoyed it. And everybody that told us that they were reading along with us said the same thing. So let me just tell you, if you've never read it before, one of the things that I think is so great about it is it is so incredibly simple, but packed full of so much great information. And the great thing is that it's for any marriage at any season of life, no matter what you've gone through. So it's not just narrowing in on a specific marriage situation. It literally is the 10 ways to a stronger marriage. And the great thing is I love the simplicity and love the fact that there are 10 chapters. And the 10 chapters, guess what they are? The 10 ways to a stronger marriage. So I just think that that's so great to be able, for me, I was able to walk away from this book going, well, I knew exactly what that book was about. Like it was about 10 ways to a stronger marriage, and each chapter was about one of the ways to have a stronger marriage. Sometimes I think that books, and I love all books, I really do, but sometimes I think you can walk away from a book going, not really sure what the point of that was, or where were they trying to take me on that? But not with this one. Absolutely, just great.
Yeah, lots of takeaways. Sure.
Lots of takeaways. So the only thing that we want to do to kind of give, I mean, you've been looking at our quotes and different things like that, but we want to tell you our favorite part about the book.
Yes.
Hey, before we go there, tell us, like I kind of gave what I like just about the book in general. So before you pull out your one thing, did you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I did love that it was so easy to read, and it was like, here's your point, and they didn't go on and on and on and on about that point. They just got right to the point. There was no, extra fluff or anything. I mean, I didn't feel like they were like, hounding on us about anything. It was just like, do this. It's simple. Like, here are the things that you can do. So,
and after talking with Trey and Lea, we know their hearts even better. But also, they are seasoned veterans in marriage. Like, they have 4 grown boys,
grandchildren,
and they have have grandchildren, but they are young grandparents. I mean, they're cool people.
That's right.
But I just think that that's so important for us to find. I mean, even us, with a marriage ministry, so important for us to find mentors like that.
And you know why that is? It's because they didn't sit back and say, okay, we've done our deal. We've raised our boys and now they're successful adults and now let's enjoy retirement. They have dug in and they're serving other people. And when you continue to serve and you continue to pour out, it keeps you hip.
Yep. So, hey, Trey and Lea, if you're listening to this,
you're hip.
We think you're hip. And we love the Texas accents.
Yes. They're way cooler than Mississippi. It's the night and bright for me. I'm like, oh my God.
I love it. All right, tell all right, what's your one, like the one thing that you love most about the book?
The one thing I love most was chapter 1.
All right.
Now, there was some other good stuff, and I really debated between chapter 1 and chapter 5. I really love chapter 5, too.
Oh, I thought you were going to say chapter 6. That was the naked chapter.
Well, 5 was naked, but not really. And I loved the just rawness of it and being open and real with each other. But I went with chapter 1 because I feel like there's so many marriages out there. It's called Just Keep Paddling, I think. And yeah, Keep Paddling. And I thought of Dory, just keep swimming, just keep paddling. And my favorite part in the whole chapter was the fact that they called out this truth. You can only change yourself. And that is just powerful to me. It says you can't, on page 19, it says, you can't force your spouse to better your marriage or to make changes. All you can do is pick up your oar, row the boat, and hopefully inspire your spouse to do the same thing by treating them with love and grace. And I think that we are in a season right now, especially in our season of prayer for other marriages, that there's so many people that are just tired, and just the encouragement of keeping on paddling and only taking care of yourself, and then encouraging your spouse to do the other thing. And then last thing,
You're just supposed to pull one thing.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Don't wait until your marriage is having issues to start working on it. Work on your marriage during the good times so there will be less bad times. So if you're in that season where it's not like we're in crisis mode or something tragic has happened and you're like, things are pretty good, that it doesn't give you an excuse not to row your boat. And at the end of the book, they talk about not waiting until you're on the edge of the waterfall. like paddle when things are smooth too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, and I like what you said too about not waiting until you have some sort of a problem to look for help and to try to grow in your marriage. And I think people fall into that trap coming to us and the stuff that we're providing hope for because of our story. And if you've never heard our story before, we journeyed through infidelity. But one of the things that we're so passionate about is helping people to grow and to even raise those red flags when they need to be there, but so that you're learning and growing from somebody's story of a mistake and you don't have to live that. So it's like, just like what you said, don't wait until there's a problem. Like, you learn and grow and seek help all along the way. And then you don't get into those situations. So, okay, I'll make mine quick because I actually talked about this on the podcast with Trey and Lea. But I love the story at the end, towards the end of the book. It's actually chapter 9, and it's the one on friendship and how friendship matters. And Trey and Lea do marriage workshops all over the country. And they had a sweet couple that came to their workshop in their 90s. And Mr. and Miss Ross, the story is in the book, but
I think they changed their names.
I don't know.
Okay,
hey,
sorry.
Mr. and Miss Ross, if you're able to listen to this. But anyway, this couple, they were in their 90s, and Mr. Ross had gotten to a point where he was having to completely take care of Miss Ross. For over 70 years they had been married, and she sort of ran the house and cooked and all that kind of stuff, and she was declining in health, and so it was all him, and he was having to do the cooking, and he was having to get her dressed and bathe her, and 100% take care of her. And Trey sat down with him and said, what are why are you here? You're such an inspiration to us and to marriages, and you're in your 90s, you've been married for 70 years, why are you even here? And so he said, his response was, she has been my best friend for over 70 years, and I thought there might be something new I could learn today to help me serve her better. And I was like, drop the mic. I mean, that's a book in itself.
Right.
So that's what we're striving for, and I hope that that's what you're striving for. And the fact that you're listening to this and you're paying attention to your marriage, that means that you're on that track. So let's all strive to be like Mr. and Miss Ross in our marriages.
And if you haven't read this book, pick it up.
Yes.
So great.
And follow us on all of our social media channels, because our new book, we've started reading it, and it's one that we're having trouble putting down. So pick it up, read along with us in February, and we'll do a review at the end of that book. All right. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
See ya.